How much do you know about the periodic table? If you have ever asked yourself that question, what is a periodic table? This is a really good video for you. Whether you have watched other Boys and Girls Club videos, never opened a book about the periodic table, or you have been studying the periodic table, this is a really good video for you because you're going to get to test your periodic table knowledge with this video. So jump on in, and then you will have an idea of where you need to start with your learning or continue with your learning with the periodic table. This video might surprise you in how much you already know. So jump on in, and at the end, you will have an idea of which direction to go. So come on in and let's learn with the Boys and Girls Club.
And now, ASAP Science presents the elements of the periodic table.
There's hydrogen and helium, then lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon everywhere, nitrogen all through the air with oxygen so you can breathe, and fluorine for your pretty teeth, neon to light up the sign, sodium for salty times,
magnesium,
aluminium, silicon,
phosphorus,
then sulfur, chlorine, and argon,
potassium,
and calcium so you'll grow strong,
scandium,
titanium, vanadium, and chromium, and manganese. This is the periodic table, noble gases stable, halogens and alkyl react aggressively. Each period will see new outer shells while electrons are added, moving to the right. Iron is the 26th, and cobalt, nickel coins you get, copper, zinc, and gallium, germanium, and arsenic, selenium, and bromine film, while krypton helps light up your room, rubidium, and strontium, then yttrium, zirconium,
niobium,
molybdenum, technetium,
ruthenium,
rhodium, palladium,
silverware,
then cadmium and indium,
tin cans,
antimony, then tellurium, and iodine, and xenon, and then cesium, and barium is 56, and this is where the table splits, where lanthanides have just begun, lanthanum, cerium, and praseodymium. Neodymium's next to promethium, then 62, samarium, europium, gadolinium, and terbium, dysprosium, holmium, erbium, thulium, ytterbium, lutetium, hafnium, tantalum, tungsten, then we're on to rhenium, osmium, and iridium, platinum, gold to make you rich till you grow old, mercury to tell you when it's really cold,
thallium,
and lead, the bismuth for your tummy,
polonium,
astatine would not be yummy,
radar,
francium will last a little time,
radium,
then actinides at 89. This is the periodic table, noble gases stable, halogens and alkali react aggressively. Each period will see new outer shells while electrons are to the right. Actinium, thorium, protactinium, uranium, neptunium, plutonium, americium, curium, berkelium, californium, isonium, fermium, indolium, nobelium, lawrencium, rutherfordium, wm, sprigium, boreum, hesium, meitnerium, dubsidium, rucenium, copernicium, nihonium, flerovium, moscovium, livermorium, tennessine, and organesson, and then we're done.
So what do we need today? You need your thinking cap. If you have a periodic table, bring it on with you. If not, that's fine. I will supply one for you here in the video. You really don't need it though. I really am asking that you bring your knowledge to the table here. Pencil and paper if you have one, but again, in most of my videos you need pencil and paper. Here, I'm just asking you to bring your knowledge. So come on in, let's take a test and see how you do. And then at the end, I'll send you in a certain direction. That's it. Let's have some fun learning. The objectives for this overall unit are to understand what elements need to be organized, how was the periodic table developed, and what information about the elements is provided by the periodic table. This is the periodic table that you can use all the way throughout if you want to use it to answer the questions. But again, I really would like for you to use the knowledge that you come with to truly take a test to find out how much you really know. But you're always welcome to come back and use the table, because that also helps tell me how you can use the periodic table. So that's fine. Especially in part 2, you will probably need to use this. Okay, let's move on. Are you ready? Okay, let's go to our first question. Answer the question based on the periodic table. The periodic table was invented by who and when? All right, if you said Dmitri Mendeleev, you are correct. Dmitri Mendeleev invented the periodic table in 1869. Very good. Let's move on. And you will notice, if you've ever had one of my videos, that I usually pause for you, but this time we're taking a test, so I'm not pausing each time. Answer the question based on the periodic table. How many known elements are there? There are 118. If you said 118, you are correct. Remember, you can pause the video each time to think about the answer, so that is absolutely okay. And if you need to stop and look them up, that's okay too. But if you have to pause a lot, then at the end, be honest, okay? So there are 118 known elements right now on the periodic table. Next question. Based on the periodic table, the elements are differentiated by their what? Hint, hint. If you said atomic numbers, you are correct. Elements are differentiated by their atomic numbers on the periodic table. Very good. Based on the periodic table, where do noble metals tend to be located? If you said in the center of the periodic table, you are correct. Noble metals are located in the center of the periodic table. Based on the periodic table, what is the name of the column of elements? What is the name of a column of elements in the periodic table? You said a group or a family, you are correct. What do elements in a group have in common? What do elements in a group or a family have in common? If you said that a group of elements have similar physical or chemical properties, you are correct. Very good. If the atomic number of an element is 6 and the atomic mass is 15, how many neutrons are present? You can pause the video to figure this one out. The atomic mass minus the atomic number equals the number of neutrons. 15 minus 6 is 9. So neutrons, 9. 9 neutrons are present. Very good. Based on the periodic table, atoms of the same element that have a different number of neutrons are, there's a hint here, isotopes. Atoms of the same element that have a different number of neutrons are isotopes. Based on the periodic table, write a chemical formula. If sugar contains 12 carbon, 22 hydrogen, and 11 oxygen atoms. All right, if you brought the carbon down and put 12 beside it for 12 carbon, and brought hydrogen down and put 22 beside it for 22 hydrogen, and brought the oxygen down and put 11 beside it for 11 oxygen and combined it all, then you got your formula. It's as easy as that. C12H22O11. Awesome. Where do gaseous elements tend to be located on the table? If you said towards the right side, you are correct. This happens when atoms share electrons. A chemical bond. A bond that holds two or more atoms is a chemical bond. When atoms of two or more nonmetals combine, what is formed? You said a molecular compound. You are correct. How did you do? If you did well on these questions and you got at least 8 out of the 12 questions correct, congratulations. You're ready to move on to part 2, where the questions get a little tougher, to test yourself on even tougher questions in my next video. If you did not do so well, that's okay. I will be creating a new video series where I will be starting the basics of a periodic table, and it will take you step by step where you truly can understand every bit of what you need, starting from the 8th grade level all the way through. So don't worry, I will help you out for exactly what you need. So you ready? If you're ready to move on to learning what you need with the foundation, I can help you get there. And if you're ready to move on, we've got a video series for that too. If you want to go back and see what I've done, where I have taken 4th grade up with just hitting a little bit here and there, I've already created some of those videos too. Either way, here's that song that you love so much.
And now, ASAP Science presents the elements of the periodic table.
There's hydrogen and helium, then lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon everywhere, nitrogen all through the air with oxygen so you can breathe, and fluorine for your pretty teeth, neon to light up the signs, sodium for salty times,
Magnesium,
aluminium, silicon,
phosphorus,
then sulfur, chlorine, then argon,
potassium,
and calcium so you'll grow strong,
scandium,
titanium, vanadium, and chromium, and manganese. This is the periodic table, noble gases stable, halogens and alkyl react aggressively. Each period will see new outer shells while electrons are added, moving to the right. Iron is the 26th, then cobalt, nickel coins you get, copper, zinc, and gallium, germanium, and arsenic, selenium, and bromine film, while krypton helps light up your room, rubidium, and strontium, then yttrium, zirconium,
niobium,
molybdenum, technetium,
ruthenium,
rhodium, palladium,
silverware,
then cadmium and indium,
tin cans,
antimony, then tellurium, and iodine, and xenon, and then cesium, and barium is 56, and this is where the table splits, where lanthanides have just begun, lanthanum, cerium, and praseodymium. Neodymium's next to promethium, then 62, samarium, europium, gadolinium, and terbium, dysprosium, chromium, erbium, thulium, ytterbium, lutetium, hafnium, tantalum, tungsten, then we're on to rhenium, osmium, and iridium, platinum, gold to make you rich till you grow old, mercury to tell you when it's really cold,
thallium,
and lead, then bismuth for your tummy,
polonium,
astatine would not be yummy,
radon,
francium will last a little time,
radium,
then actinides at 89. This is the period periodic table, noble gases stable, halogens and alkali react aggressively. Each period will see new outer shells will electrons are to the right. Actinium, thorium, protactinium, uranium, neptunium, plutonium, americium, curium, berkelium, californium, isonium, fermium, indolium, nobelium, lawrencium, rutherfordium, wm, sprigium, boreum, hesium, meitnerium, dubsidium, rhenium, copernicium, nihonium, flerovium, moscovium, livermorium, tennessine, and organesson. And then